So he's done, yeah? The man should retire, is that what you're saying? Oh, we got lucky, okay. Hold on, do you really think that? Listen, you need to think about what you're saying. Take a step back. Okay, let me quickly set the scene before we unpack this real quick. Let's jump back to October 2023. It was genuinely one of the most incredible spectacles and shocking results that we've ever witnessed in a boxing ring. Even though he didn't clinch the win, the way Francis stood up to Tyson Fury was remarkable. And now, of course, you've got people revising history saying that Fury wasn't at his best, that he wasn't taking it serious. But let's be real, let's be 100% real. Anyone walking into that fight would have bet that even a 50% Tyson Fury woulda and shoulda dismantled Francis. What Ngannou accomplished was no small feat. So let's not let the outcome of his fight with Joshua cloud what Francis achieved back then. So let's cut to March 2024. Ngannou goes up against the revitalized Anthony Joshua. If he could have pulled off a win there, right? We're talking about him fighting for undisputed gold in just his third pro fight. Unbelievable, right? He seemed so relaxed and confident at fight week, while Joshua was more reserved, barely responding with a couple of sentences when asked questions in the pre-fight build-up. People started wondering, is Joshua fully back? Is he as solid as he once was? And then he comes out and just dominates. We're talking knockdowns in the first, knockdowns in the second, knockout in the second. It wasn't even close. And to see Francis in that state was just shocking. On the canvas, out cold, masked up while he inhaled from the oxygen tank. It leads us to wonder, are we finally going to see AJ versus Fury or AJ against Usyk for the third time? For the MMA fans amongst us, the big question is, where does Francis go now? I'm thinking he needs to go back to the PFL. Take that route. And it's funny now we hear all of these, it's funny how we hear all these different folks now coming out of the woodwork, out of their nooks and crannies, trying to tear Francis down, trying to mock the man, on the ready to come out. And oh yeah, they were ready to come out to slate Ngannou when he faced Tyson, but they didn't get the outcome that they needed, did they? And it's the actual outcome of the fight, let's remind ourselves, it's this very outcome that teed up the opportunity for him to face AJ in the first place. And let's face it, Joshua was on top form, the best we've seen him in years, with an excellent team and a unshakable mindset, for now at least. I've got to say, I've got to give AJ credit. AJ was real throughout. He took Francis seriously, he didn't belittle him, and post-fight, despite arguably one of the most exciting and incredible knockouts in heavyweight boxing history, he didn't even celebrate. He almost seemed modest about it, even more concerned about Francis, wanting to support him. He kept the same energy before and after the fight, and we've got to have massive respect for that. For Francis, it's a setback in terms of continuing his boxing journey, no doubt, but not a total loss. That aura of invincibility is gone, no doubt, but he's made a huge amount of money. We're talking 35 to 40 million over 2 boxing fights, but I think now he needs to return to MMA, get back to the PFL, rebuild his credibility. But even in the MMA world, a massive task awaits him with the almost 7-foot giant Ferreira Beda, which will be an insane challenge coming off the back of a KO loss. But then taking another boxing fight against a lesser known heavyweight, this could harm his MMA legacy. His legacy, full stop. It hasn't been dinged yet, but another loss could hurt the man's brand. So what's your take? Francis gets knocked out, AJ moves on. Some might say it's bad for Francis, but I think it's essential for him to get back to the MMA, hopefully dust off a few opponents in the PFL, and then maybe revisit boxing in, I don't know, mid-2025. Continuing in boxing right now, it just doesn't seem like the move. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll catch you in the next one.